Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about Smackdown from tonight, and it was really average, kind of just a mid show of Smackdown tonight. I don't know, I really didn't enjoy it tonight. I thought it was kind of a mid episode. It's just Raw so much better than Smackdown. There's much more story. And we're getting really repetitive with these endings. We're getting really repetitive with these bloodline beatdowns the last few weeks. It's getting really repetitive. We're gonna have to do something different because it's just not doing it for me. And a genuine question, like, how good is Cody gonna look after weeks of attacks by the bloodline, only to be saved by the return of Roman Reigns? But even if Roman doesn't return, it's going to be interesting seeing how they handle two huge babyfaces on one show when he does. But yeah, but they've made him really weak. But the new bloodline is just garbage, man. It's like they're making Cody look very weak and beat down 3 weeks in a row. And his time running's actually been great, especially the matches. But I can see why people would say as of late, because he's actually getting beat down by the same guys for the last 3 weeks. And I know what they're heading to, be like, oh, he has no friends at SummerSlam. Who's going to save him? And here comes Jimmy, here comes Roman. That's ultimately what it's leading up to, and that's one of my problems with Triple H. It's too predictable. And I'm not saying it's bad, because Roman's going to get a huge-ass pop. But what they're doing is making the bloodline strong, I guess. And you take out Randy and Kevin Owens to give Roman the big babyface reaction, how it's supposed to be built. So I can understand that take as well. I understand both sides, but I get what they're doing. Like I said, I get what they're doing. But the endings of SmackDown are starting to get really repetitive, making Cody watch his 2 friends get beat down. They can be more creative. Like, I get to tell you Cody's friends, but we can't get more creative. Like, do a backstage attack outside the arena or some shit, man. I get that part. Like, they're taking out his allies, but just get creative with it. It's like the Judgment Day, for example, opening up every single Monday Night Raw. SmackDown's just been mid, honestly. It's like, I'm sick and tired of this shit, man. Like, I want something different for the ending. Cody beat down 3 weeks in a row. It's going to pay off well because he's retaining. But SmackDown is probably the worst show in WWE right now, honestly. It's the same shit every week. Announce table spots, stand over, then put the ones up. And people say that's, what do the kids say? Yora, whatever the fuck that word is. Same exact ending as the last like few weeks. But yeah, Cody's retaining at SummerSlam. I mean, we all knew it anyways. But man, it's just the same repetitive beatdown, man. I'm not mad Cody's getting beat up and all. It's just the same shit every week. Like, having a backstage assault. But another week of the bloodline standing tall, and oh, don't you wait till next week. You get the 2 members of the bloodline, Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga, getting a #1 contenders match in a tag team turmoil, which they're going to win. You get some more bloodline nepotism. Like, it's absurd. Triple H is really good. Like, I'd say he's good. But he does have his flaws. But man, why? Just why do we have to have the bloodline stand tall every week? I know you want to build them up as this big faction that gets heat and beats everybody up. But we need you, Roman. We need you back. So tired of the freaking 2.0 bloodline, or whatever the fuck they're called. And also, as I was mentioning, maybe DIY is going to be transitional champions for the fucking Tongans. Like, it's an embarrassment. Why would they give fucking Tonga Loa a title? Like, this is bullshit. Bullshit. If that happens, Triple H, Paul Levesque, you're gonna have some questions to answer. We might have to, if that happens, if those two win the titles, we might have to have a conversation about Triple H. I might have to make a video. If that happens, we might have to have a conversation if Triple H is overrated. Like, yeah, he's done a lot of good stories, especially on Monday night, but the bloodline nepotism, it's getting too strong. I mean, maybe the Profits could win, but their reign just started, man. Don't let DIY be a fucking transitional champion. And then Chelsea Green got buried. Of course he got buried. Back to where she is now. Or back to where she was to start. Gets buried in what? 2 minutes? What'd she lose? In like 2 minutes? It's pathetic. Like, just have a good match. Like, I mean, at least she's away from the title scene. But, I just want to see Chelsea fucking Green get a good push. Like, I just want to see her get a good push, man. You know, one day if it would be nice to get a women's match that goes over 10 minutes, would be nice to get that. This didn't get past 2 minutes. Zelina Vega went from a women's world title match to jobbing in like a minute 2 weeks later. And yet they wonder why nobody gives a fuck about the women's division. Like, just irritating. I'm tired of Chelsea getting squashed at least. Let her wrestle like that was nothing. Don't understand why this match even took place. It was pointless. Like, he only wants to book long matches when it matters. Like, other than big matches, Triple H gives it little time, and that's another conversation we have to have about Triple H. He doesn't give the women a lot of time. Unless it's a big match, or he doesn't give them time. And you have 2 hoopers in the ring that go for 1 minute. Bianca and Chelsea Green are 2 really good wrestlers. It's just frustrating. So much negative I thought tonight of this show. And I wasn't expecting a Jimmy Uso or anything like that tonight. I've gave up on that. I'm just going to get my hopes up for SummerSlam. But if Roman Reigns does not return at SummerSlam, you're going to get a heated rant. Because that main event match, if it doesn't deliver, Cody and Solo and Roman doesn't return, I don't know what I'm going to say. But it's probably going to happen. Jimmy's going to return there too. Maybe Paul. We'll see. But I'm tired of this bloodline, man. It's just so frustrating. It's been like the same ending for the past 5 weeks. And I'm not expecting Roman to return. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not expecting any big returns until SummerSlam. Just be more creative. Let's go over the show. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Just an average show. Cody Rhodes and Grayson Waller and Austin Theory segment started the show. Thought that was good. And basically Grayson Waller said it was Cody's fault that Randy got attacked last week, which that's gonna build some seeds to that feud when that eventually kicks off. Good segment there. Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. This was the match of the night, obviously. I thought it was a good match. Andrade gets to win over Carmelo Hayes. This was a banger. Definitely the best part of the show tonight. Bayley and Nia Jax had a segment, pretty much promoting their match at SummerSlam. Bianca beat Chelsea Green in a minute. Triple H, man. Disappointed. Logan Paul and L.A. Knight, yeah, had a contract signing. Both of them signed the contract. Logan Paul is low-key cooking out there on the mic tonight. Logan Paul is really good on the microphone. This is gonna be a great. This is gonna be a great feud, man. This is gonna be a great feud. Michin versus Tiffany Stratton. Michin gets the win over Tiffany Stratton. Kind of shocked that Michin really needed a win. And also tonight, Bailey destroyed Tiffany Stratton's white briefcase, which you know what that means. She's gonna have that pink Barbie briefcase. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, who was the surprise partner, what a shock. Versus A-Town Down, they get the win, and at the end, the Bloodline beat them all up. They beat up Kevin Owens. They beat up Cody. Same shit. Yeah, pretty boring Smackdown tonight. I didn't think it was that good. And yeah, it's just same shit, different week. Just predictable. But it's what they did with Cody before Mania, so I'm really not surprised. They're going this pretty much the same route. They're building the same thing. But you can't have the Bloodline lose, I guess, so I get it. They do the same thing every week. I know they're taking out people, but is that the best you can do? Like, do a backstage assault. And I know people probably aren't enjoying this right now, but I think people will just have to wait. I guess we'll just have to wait till SummerSlam. We're just going to have to ride these next few Smackdowns out, get to SummerSlam, and then get Jimmy, or get Paul, Jimmy, and Roman back. But I'm just not a fan of the same ending for the past few weeks. But and I guess it's worth it in the end if if Roman shows up in Cleveland and gets that big pop. And it's just not really just the Bloodline story right now, the 2.0 Bloodline. It's just SmackDown in general. I'm just not into SmackDown. That's just my opinion, though. I just want SmackDown to end differently, but and I'm tired if it's me getting impatient. But I'm kind of getting tired of seeing Solo and the Bloodline stand tall every week. The fucking Timu Bloodline. I feel nothing. There's zero Iora outside of Jacob Fatu. Other than that, there's no Iora. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say for this video. So, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. And until next time, leave your thoughts on SmackDown in the comments below.